super job, super amateur.
For to top it! Doncaster Rovers have done it!
So we're here with the no man Paul, 2-0 defeat to Wycombe. Not a great result.
It wasn't. We played better than we did against Charlton last week, and we had well, if you look at it, we had better possession than Wycombe, and we had more. There's nearly as many shots. We had 15 shots on target, but it's just not good enough. I mean, the final ball really. We're getting it wide. We've got a lot of possession, but as I say, we just didn't do anything with it, to be honest. And a couple of chances in the first half. We threatened the Wycombe goal, but the goalkeeper really weren't brought into action to make many saves, really, unfortunately. But I think in looking at the results, I think you can virtually say we're condemned to going down this season, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think for us that's our season over now, isn't it?
it is. I mean, we've got 5 games left. Yes, we've got Crewe next week, but they're below us anyway, so they're down anyway. We're on 25 points. It's just been the story of the season. We've just not had enough possession and had shots on goal, really. I mean, as I say, was much better today, much better performance, but it's been inconsistency all too long for the season. And you look at it, 26th, I think, February was the last time we scored a goal, I think, and to go the whole month without a goal. I mean, people have been laughing at us with the no goal of the month competition on the thing. It could go on again at the moment, because I say, really, we don't look a threat in front of goal.
Yeah, it's just not good enough. I mean, looking at Gary McSheffrey, what was the team talk you think in the second half? Because it didn't feel like there was a good enough team talk to go out and say, all right, just don't go forward like you did in the first half, just sit back in the second half.
I mean, really, you can't do that. I mean, we're going to go for it. Every game for the last 6 or 7 games has been a cup final, and I don't think we've treated it. I don't think we've got enough skill in the team. Don't got enough passion. There's too many players not giving it 100%, and I'd rather see someone like Bobby Faulkner come into centre half and play some of the younger ones. I think I said the other week, this feels harder, I think, than when we went down in 97, 98 out of the league, because we knew we'd got the kids in the team then, and we knew what we expected. But this is a bunch of professional footballers, and I'm not being funny, we made 8 signings in January, which we did, and nobody really signed. Josh Martin probably the only one to come out with any credit, I think, really. And it's just made of the lone players. I mean, poor old Tommy Rose walked away with the Player of the Year award, and there's been nobody else there to help him. I mean, Mitchell today looked dodgy. He was punching and flapping at every shot and cross which came over. The first goal, too much space in the centre midfield, in the centre halves. Where were the 2 centre halves there to mark? It was unmarked, 3 yards out. Mitchell no chance, but he did flap at a few today. And if we'd have got one back, maybe we'd made more of a game of it. But I just think we're confined to it. I think we've got to accept now that we're going down. But the problem is we've got too many players signed on an 18-month contract. I think really we've got to bite the bullet. Probably keep 2 or 3 of the players we've got there at the moment. It'd be nice to see if we could get Smith in. Galbraith will stay at Man United, I think, because he'll be on too much of wage, he won't be able to afford his wages. But I think we're going to start again, even if it means paying people's contracts up at 18 months, well, probably 12 months contracts still left on it. Pay them up and start from afresh, because there's too many players there, just not even up to League 2 standards, to be honest. We offer no threat. We did better today with playing the ball on the ground, but too often over the last 4 or 5 months we played the ball in the air, and I think our attackers are sponsored by Cemex, because they've got concrete on the feet because they don't jump. And the same goes with the defence. We play the ball high in the air. We never win a ball in the air hardly, and I just don't think Gary McSheffrey knows which team to pick, to be honest. I mean, Wellens left him in a quagmire, but he did have a January window to play with getting players in. And I mean, it was supposed to have a talent identification manager. I don't think they've done a very, very good job, to be honest, because I've been going around a lot of non-league grounds over this last 2 or 3 seasons. And I've seen players in there who run the socks into the ground, sort of thing. And I just don't think a lot of the players out there have got a heart. Yeah, they probably think we're going down, but it's gone on for too long and just not good enough for players, to be honest. I don't like slating the players, I don't like slating the team, but we just need to have a good clear out, probably keep 2 or 3 players and build a nucleus around that, get on the next season, because if we keep the same players we've got this season and play them in League 2, you can only see one outcome, and that is going down even further, and we don't want that. But there's too many teams in the conference at the moment. Probably 60% of the teams in there have been in the Football League, and they've not got back into the Football League. It looks like Stockport probably do it this year, possibly Wrexham behind them challenging to get the 2nd place, but it's just going to be awful. And as I said, next season there's not going to be any teams besides Bradford City bring a large following unless we get Stockport early doors, and that's going to have a bad thing on the cash flow for Doncaster Rovers. But there just seems something awry out there. Personally, I feel sorry for Gavin. He's getting all the slack and stuff like that. Gavin's been here nearly 20 years at Doncaster Rovers something, and he's been there for the good times, and he's getting all the stick probably because he's the front-facing person in the on the board something. I mean, I just don't know what we can do. Certainly, I'll probably resign myself after today's scoreline. We are going to go down. I mean, beating Crewe next week might help us, but the way we're going at the moment, I just can't see us getting another point and even another goal, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels like a really dire situation, and you know, I mean, McSheffrey, do you personally want him as manager next season? Because you know, we're still going down, and you know, do we feel like watching the football at the minute McSheffrey could do a job in League 2 next season, or do you think we need to, like you said, start fresh, but start fresh off the season?
I think we're going to start fresh all the way through the board. Gary McSheffrey, lovely bloke, but he didn't want the job, so he should have stuck to his guns and not been forced into taking it. It was a cheap option. We've got money behind the club, something. There's managers out there, even people like Nigel Atkins. There's people out there who could come into the club and a bit more fight. But to think that Klopp or anybody could come into this team and make them play any better, I think the skill levels across football has gone. You look at the bottom 6 teams in League 1 this season, all poor, no class or finesse about themselves, something. I think it's just football's just getting to a state where it's really, really poor.
Yeah, and finally then, if you can pick a man of the match out of the Rovers squad today, what would it be?
Martin. I thought Martin had a very good game. At least he ran up players. If anybody, I think it was young Josh sort of thing. He did run at them, but there's no outlet for him. I mean, put it all lightly down to losing James Coppinger. James Coppinger was the heartbeat of this club. We had wingers out wide, so they're getting the balls into the box. I still can't get my head around how Okinaberi got flat feet and he's been out for the whole season. Ben Close been out most of the season. Bostock's been out for a fair bit of the season. Cameron John out since December. What is going on? I think you've got to start looking at the medical staff to get fresh in, because you can't put it down to the training ground at Cantley Park. There's something right and we're not even hearing what's up with Okinaberi, sorry. He's not really been mentioned, but he certainly won't come back before the end of the season, because you need 2 or 3 weeks, really full training to get back. Tom Anderson out, a reoccurring injury. What is going wrong?
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards, we'll support the club all the way through, right till the bitter end, till it's mathematically possible to go out, well, to stay up sort of thing. But the more games we go in, we run out of games. It's looking really, really dire for the club. But I'll be there next season, supporting the club, God willing, sort of thing. And credit today to the Doncaster Rovers fans who gave Richard Bailey a great applause on 54 minutes, and also to the Wycombe fans. I'd like to thank the supervisor of the Wycombe fan away end, Stuart. He went and sort of sorted out at the Wycombe end to get it up on the big screen as well and notify people to applaud. But great loss, and it's people like Richard who were the heartbeat of Doncaster Rovers, and from everybody at Doncaster Rovers to Claire and to James and then all friends and family, our heartfelt sorrow to say 2 weeks ago he was in Blackpool with us, sorely missed, and nearly everybody who's come through Doncaster Rovers, Richard's been there with the mascots and everything like that, and a great loss, and difficult to say anymore, but
Yeah.
we're all there for you, Claire and James, and everybody will keep supporting the club through and through. Thank you.
Super Chelsea, Super Chelsea, Super Chelsea, Super Chelsea, Super Chelsea.
For to top.